no one embodies raw knockout power like Derek Lewis. The Houston heavyweight didn't arrive in the UFC as a polished martial artist. He came as a brawler with thunder in his fists and pain in his past. Once incarcerated as a young man, Lewis rebuilt his life with fighting, and every punch since has carried a piece of that fire. Matt Brown, the immortal bruiser, 13 KOs. At 43 years old, Matt, the immortal, Brown remains one of the most beloved and violent men to ever step into the UFC cage, a true journeyman, and a fan favorite. Brown is not flashy or fast, he's gritty, relentless, and every punch, elbow, or knee he throws comes with the intent to break something. Brown's climb from addiction and near-death experiences to UFC stardom is as compelling as his knockout resume. Whether it was dropping Mike Swick with elbows or melting Diego Sanchez with a hellish elbow that echoed through Norfolk, Virginia, Matt Brown's highlight reel is pure carnage. Vitor Belfort, the Phenom's furious hands, 12 KOs before Conor McGregor, before John Jones. There was Vitor Belfort, a teenage phenom with blinding speed and knockout power in both hands. When he debuted in the UFC at just 19, he finished opponents in seconds, unleashing flurries that seemed too fast for human eyes to track. Belfort's career stretched decades and across multiple weight classes, but the calling card remained the same: blitzing finishes. He holds KO victories over legends like Wanderlei Silva, Rich Franklin, Michael Bisping, and Luke Rockhold. Dustin Poirier, the Diamond of Damage. Dustin Poirier is a technician, a tactician, and a blood and guts warrior who thrives in the chaos. Over his UFC career, he's grown from a raw featherweight brawler into a cerebral lightweight sniper. Poirier's left hand is one of the most respected weapons in the sport. Just ask Conor McGregor, who's been stopped by it twice. Poirier's KO list includes elite names like McGregor, Justin Gaethje, Eddie Alvarez, and Bobby Green. What sets him apart is the blend of heart, grit, and precision. He doesn't just punch hard, he punches smart. Francis Ngannou. In the heart of Detroit's Little Caesars Arena, under the bright lights of UFC 218, two heavyweight monsters stood across from each other, each capable of ending the fight with a single strike. On one side was Alistair Overeem, a seasoned veteran, former K1 Grand Prix champion, and one of the most decorated strikers to ever step inside the octagon. With over 50 professional fights and a history of dismantling opponents with knees, kicks, and technical brilliance, Overeem was no stranger to big moments. On the other side was Francis Ngannou, a rising juggernaut from Cameroon, molded in adversity, with hands like sledgehammers and a hunger to prove he belonged among the elite. He had already torn through the likes of Andrei Arlovsky and Curtis Blades. But this was his real test, and Francis passed it. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think of this in the comments.